Okay, so lesson 71, add fractional parts of tenths and 100ths. So the first thing you need to understand is that decimals, like if we were to look at them on a place value chart, okay, so normally our place value chart looks kind of like this over here. And we have our, right, we have our ones right here, and then our tens, and our hundreds, and then our thousands, and we could go on forever, 10,000s, 100,000s, etc., etc. So the decimal acts kind of, actually the zeros act and the decimal kind of act like the middle of a mirror. So on this side of the decimal, of the mirror, you have your decimal places. And on this side of the mirror, you have your whole numbers. So on the other side of the decimal, we have something called tenths, and they have a TH, tenths at the end. And then we have our hundredths with a TH, right? So we have our tens here and our hundreds here, but we have our tenths and our hundredths over on this side. So I always like to emphasize that TH without spitting. And then of course we have our thousandths, which we're not going to be talking about this year. Thousandths, TH, our thousandths. So when we have a number, a lot of times if we have no whole number, we say 0, and here's that and. Remember when you guys are saying your hundreds, like 163, I always get mad when you say 163 because that and is saved for when you are talking about the stuff after the decimal. So we have, say you had the number 5 and 15 after the decimal point. So whatever place it goes out to, that's what we call it. So we have 5 and it's going the 5, this 5, actually I'm gonna do something other than a 5. So when I talk about 5, you know which one I'm talking about. How about we'll do 16. So 5.16. And you would say that like this, 5 and 16 hundredths, because we go out to the hundredths place. As a decimal, that would look like this, or a fraction, it would look like this, 5 and 16 hundredths. So when our number is into the hundredths, it goes out to this place in our place value chart. These are the tenths and these are the hundredths. If you think about money, right? Money, there are 100 pennies or cents in a dollar, right? And so these two spots, your 10th spot and your 100th spot, are going to be where your change is if you're talking about money. I'm going to erase the thousands place right now because we are not even going to be talking about it. Okay, I didn't realize that it would erase this part. There we go, I'll just redraw that. Okay, so we're only talking about the tenths and the hundredths in 4th grade. So let's look at our worksheet. So it says Sam uses 100 glass beads for a project. Of the beads, 35 hundredths, so 35 out of those 100 are gold and 4/10 are silver. What fraction of the glass beads are gold or silver? Well, what we know is, look, they're asking for the gold and the silver combined. So we've got an addition problem here, right? But we cannot add hundredths and tenths until we have a common denominator. So we are going to take our 4/10, they do it right here for you, our 4/10, and switch it to 40 hundredths. So we have 4/10 times 10 times 10 equals 40 hundredths. Now we can add our 35 hundredths and our 40 hundredths to get 75 hundredths. So 75 hundredths of the glass beads are gold or silver. And then we're also going to be talking about money, because when we're using decimals, money is probably the most common thing that we ever use decimals for. And we really only talk about it going out to the hundredths. So let's look at the money. We have 26 cents and 59 cents. And I think it's kind of silly on this worksheet because they're going to take that 26 cents and that 59 cents and they're going to switch it to a fraction. But it's just so you get used to the fact of what 26 cents would look like as a fraction. We're really talking about 26 hundredths of a dollar or 59 hundredths of a dollar. So we switch it to a fraction. Normally in your life, you would probably just add 26 plus 59 and you would get whatever that is, 85 cents. And you don't have to go through the silliness of changing it to a fraction first. But since that's what they do here and you just need to know what that means, fraction and decimal together, that we're gonna do that. So we took our 26 hundredths and we put the 26 over the 100 to make 26 hundredths as a fraction. 59, 0.59 is also equal to 59 hundredths of a dollar. Okay, so when it goes out to the second place after the decimal, that is the hundredths place, tenths, hundredths, and then you put it over 100. Okay, so, and then we add them together and we get 85 hundredths. All right, so here we go. Find the sum. Well, again, they did not give us a common denominator. So the first thing we have to do is take our 2/10 and switch it to hundredths by multiplying the top and the bottom by 10 by 10. So we are now going to be adding 75 hundredths and 20 hundredths, right? So 75 plus 20 is 95. 95 hundredths. Okay. Now for this one, we took the money and we switched it. They switched it for you. 73 cents is the same as 73 hundredths of a dollar. 25 cents is the same as 25 hundredths of a dollar. And we are going to add together just the numerator. 73 plus 25 is 98. Oh, these boxes are tiny. 98 hundredths, which is the same as, watch this, 0 and decimal point, 98 cents. Okay, so hopefully let's look at the second page and make sure that you can do this all on your own. I think you can. Let me clear. Okay. Same thing. Got to switch that tenths into 100ths and add them together. Same thing. You can either switch them to fractions first, or you can just add together the cents. It doesn't look like any of them add up to more than $1. So again, Ned's frog jumped 38 hundredths of a meter. Then he jumped 4/10ths of a meter. You're going to have to change that tenths into hundredths. How far can he jump all together? So same thing. I think you're good. All right. Hope you understand that. Let me